Hello and welcome to another 50 and fabulous video. As I posted yesterday, Darrien has Asperger syndrome. It is something we wanted to share with everyone, and we were very happy that it was in fact a learning for a lot of people. As some of you said, you've never heard of this condition before. Thank you to those of you who texted me privately and messaged, and expressed love and concern. We truly appreciate it. As I shared, though, we are in a much better place. We are able to deal with this condition well, and so we can talk about it a lot more. So I have a special guest, as promised. This is Darrien.
I was dragged here against my will, mind you.
Yes. So Darrien is going to share a little bit with us as to a little bit more about Asperger's. So Darrien, because this is a condition that goes undiagnosed a lot, how can you tell if someone has Asperger's? So for instance, for you, how do you know you have it?
Well, for once, I'm not the best at eye contact. Like, sometimes I'll watch a camera, sometimes I'll just kind of zone out. And watch something else. That's actually another trait, zoning out. The way I move it, I could see it as normal, and some of you will think it's weird or awkward or something. That's as much as I know, really. And well, of course, the social part, it's not easy making friends, but say what, less is more. So.
Yes. Okay, but this was something that you have always understood, right? That you would do things differently that people think is weird.
Well, it was kind of a trial and error, work in progress kind of thing, if that makes any sense.
Yes. You meaning that as you were growing up, you would know it depending on what people say. Okay, that's weird, that's not normal. So it's trial and error, learning what is acceptable and what's not. Okay, great. So let me ask you, how do you feel knowing that you have this condition?
Well, at first I thought, okay, I have a disease or something. But then I started to kind of gradually learn about it, like from time to time, and I was like, okay, I don't have a disease, I will live. So
Yes.
that's as much as I could say about that.
Okay. But do you want to talk about the times that you would feel frustrated because you want to say something but it's not coming out right, like from what's in your head, what you want to share,
That's kind of complicated to say, really. You get like a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of mixed baggage,
Yeah.
if that's an appropriate word
Yeah, it is.
to say what you want, you know.
So, well, one of the things that I recognized about you, and I'm sharing this with you for the first time, so this would be your genuine reaction to it, right, is I had found when you were younger, I was very surprised that you used to have some very dark thoughts. Like you would be...
I still have dark thoughts. What are you talking
That's
about?
true. So now you have it, and it's more, to me, acceptable as you are older and based on all the experiences that you have had, that you would have dark thoughts. But I was taken aback that as a young person, you used to be muttering really dire things.
Wait, so you was thinking that I was gonna be a serial killer or something later on in life?
Well, mommy did worry, right? All mummies worry about what their children are thinking and how they feel. So I was very concerned because I thought we were a very loving family, and you were always well loved. right, if I put it that way, and yet you still had these thoughts, and I think it is because you were already feeling the frustration of being misunderstood, that, you know, what you want to say isn't always communicated clearly, and that we, even as your family, would be impatient with you, or not allow you to express yourself the way you want, you know.
Again, it's pretty complicated because even like up to now, I still have that habit. I don't know if it's a common trait. I don't know if it's a form of stimming or anything like that.
Okay, what is stimming?
It's kind of like a stress relief. That's how I would put it. It, well, it comes in many ways. Some people would just like flap their hands. Some would do this come on leg bounce. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
There's also jumping up and down, crushing some stuff, chewing the inside of your cheek.
Which you used to do a lot.
I still do it
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, there. Okay.
I don't know if it's dangerous or what, but
Yeah. It's not a good thing.
oh, Alex.
Okay, so well, as you mentioned that, I do recall, in fact, that as a baby, even when you were about a year old, you used to get off the bed and go to the living room where we had a rocking chair for you. And you used to climb onto the rocking chair and begin to rock. And you used to rock so hard, you know, that we were terrified that the chair would actually flip over. So your daddy had tied a rope onto the chair so that even as you rocked forward, it could never flip that way, you know, to cause injury to you and that kind of thing. And people used to find that very amusing when they came home by us.
That must be my first form of stimming then.
Yeah, that's right. And then after that, you used to love the swing outside. Every morning
It used
before
to be
going
a
to
hobby,
school.
actually.
Yes, you would go and swing very high, you know, and that is what would normally calm you before you get ready to go to school and that kind of thing. So yeah, maybe that.
Well, not really, because I always like going to these swings, so.
Yeah, and you love a hammock. Because the same thing, the movement.
Yeah, until I got older.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a hammock now, so, but I feel sure if we had one, you would be in it very frequently. Yes.
No, well, because Odin and the other cats, they'll just well, probably destroy the hammock or something. So.
Yes. Okay. So I don't want to make the video too long. I'm just, you know, really happy to be able to sit here and talk with him and share so that many of you could see that, in fact, one can have this condition, but it doesn't have to be a terrible thing. We are fortunate that Darrien's condition is on the mild end of the spectrum. So we will talk a lot more about it as time go on for persons who may have more questions or are interested in knowing, because there are a lot of young people today who have this condition.
And a lot of them are diagnosed late.
Yes. Or
As
are
adults.
not diagnosed at all, you know, in some cases, because the truth is we don't know what causes it. This is something that science has yet to be able to bring to the fore.
It's not vaccines, eh?
Right, because
It's
a
not
lot of people
vaccines.
think it's vaccines, yeah, but we don't think it's vaccines either. But what it is, for those of you who don't know this condition, it really is a social disorder. It's a socialization process that individuals have difficulties being able to read body language, to express themselves, and sometimes you find that they have certain kind of behaviors that you may consider odd. Some of what Darrien described just now, you know, as well as they do tend, well, Darrien does, talk to himself a lot.
I don't know if it's form of STEM. I don't know if it's a habit or what.
Yeah, we don't know. But we are thankful that the condition does not require medication. So it does not require him having to go to a doctor on a regular basis to monitor anything. What it really has required is management of his emotions, because people can be really, really mean.
I guess.
Yeah, people can be mean, and he has experienced this a lot growing up. But we are in a better place because he has adjusted, I think, to a great extent, and at least we know what are some of the things that he can do, and can't do. So that's it. Thank you for listening.